Well, whoever's standing out there may as well come in. We elves have exceptional hearing, you know. I can tell you've been out there for quite some time. I'm dreaming. I've got to be dreaming. Are you really here? I missed you. 1 year, 8 months, and 17 days. That's how long it's been since I saw you last. Of course I kept count. If you think you weren't on my mind every waking moment, you're sorely mistaken. Please, tell me you're home for good. Really? I'm so glad. This home has been too empty without you. Why didn't you come in right away? Why were you sitting outside? Well, you'll get plenty of me humming and puttering around in the kitchen every day, I promise. That hasn't changed. Welcome home. I know it probably feels strange to be back. How long have you been traveling? But the Tern Valley is only a week away on foot. If the order was given 3 weeks ago, why are you only getting home now? Oh, yes, I did hear of some bandits attacking villages closer to the border. Were you able to subdue them? Good. No, we didn't have any such disturbance here. We did aid a few refugees, short-term, but they all either went onward to Sephira City or returned home once they believed the danger had passed. I'm glad they didn't stop here either. But you know I would have defended our home by whatever means necessary. Yes, well, you have a right to worry. But it didn't happen. Riverton is safe. Our home is safe. I'm safe. And now you are too. What is it? All right. I promise not to react badly, but you must know that I don't like agreeing to something without knowing exactly what I'm agreeing to. This is only because I trust you. You've been injured. May I see? Well, it certainly looks serious. What happened? Obviously you got it while fighting, love. I mean, what kind of weapon? Was there poison involved, or burning, or... Oh, thank goodness. What did the physician say? Well, as an herbalist and now the town's primary healer myself, I suppose I'm very qualified to make sure the dressing gets changed. I'll do that now. Sit down. Let me just get some of my ointment for that. Oh, well, the healer we used to have left. So in her absence, folks have been coming to me for the minor things. Anything very serious, they have to go outside of Riverton for. No warning at all. She just disappeared one morning. Our theory is that she left with a traveling party that happened to leave town the same day, but I suppose we'll never know. I'm able to handle the added work, though. It doesn't take up too much time from my day, and I do like helping everyone. Yes, I do agree with your battlefield physician. This will heal up nicely, and probably won't affect you very much at all long term. Especially now that I can make sure you're getting more than a soldier's rations and meager rest. You're going to be treated like royalty around here. Yes, we did get the news about the king. The poor man. Betrayed by one of his own like that. Duke Bertram always seemed a seedy sort of man, but it didn't seem incredibly out of line for nobility, really. Then again, I suppose living in his territory would afford a clearer picture of his personality than the rest of us have gotten. I can't say I'll mourn the Duke's loss. He did give the order that took you from me for all those months. No, I didn't hate the king, of course not. His Majesty did save us from the Dragon King all those years ago. However, I did question his judgment when you were sent to fight in the Tern Valley. Now that I know that it was actually Bertram controlling him, well, it's a relief to know that my faith in the king was not misplaced after all. And it's a relief that the fighting will stop. I know you love what you do, but I hate to have you so far away from me for such long periods of time. Especially knowing that despite your talent and experience, you're in danger. There you are, all wrapped up with a fresh bandage. The wound still looked relatively fresh, though, so you must have gotten it from fighting bandits and not from holding the valley. Well, I know I'm not the only one who's grateful for your protection, but I'm so glad to have you back home, where you belong. This is your first night back. What would you like for the evening meal? I'm flattered that you think everything I make is delicious, but are you sure there's nothing you've been craving? Very well. I think I'll prepare quail roasted with summer vegetables and wild rice with that smoky sauce you like. And strawberry trifle for dessert, I think. How does that sound? What about your companions? Do they all have a table to dine at tonight? If not, they're welcome here. I'm happy to make extra. Right. Of course, the nuns would prepare something for them. Just the same, I'll make extra bread, and I have several jars of pickles and jam. I'll just nip over to the Abbey kitchens and deliver those while your food is cooking. I'd like to contribute something to the folks who helped keep my love safe. It's still a few hours until I need to prepare the evening meal, though, so can I make you a snack? Of course. You know I love cheese too much to not have it on hand. That with some freshly baked bread, grapes, and a couple of cookies. And let me get you a glass of cider to wash that down. Well, it's important to me. I haven't been able to prepare you a meal in far too long. I know it seems like I'm fussing, but it's nice to have the opportunity to fuss. So, since we'll get to know peace for a while, and I know you too well to hope that you'll simply rest, how do you plan to spend your time? I think that's a good idea. Oh, not much has changed here overall. The tavern has been thriving, crops have been growing well, and no one has been touched by major illness. The troll that lived a ways out of town did begin venturing closer for a while. Luckily, the only loss was some livestock. A group of sellswords came through and took the contract and successfully killed it, so I've been able to forage in that area again, and my berry pies are all the better for it. Don't you worry, I've been making a new dessert every few days. You will not go without. Speaking of pies, though, what if we were to organize a party for later this week? So many of our own have returned. I would venture a guess that nearly a third of the households here have been able to welcome someone back today. There's cause to celebrate. We could all prepare food, play music, and have dancing. Oh, how long has it been since you and I danced together? Well, I was going to say 2 years, but too long is also a correct answer. Well, of course I'll make it. It's your favorite. Why wouldn't I prepare it for you? I'll go speak to Lord Samuel tomorrow to get his help in spreading the word. And perhaps this afternoon, while I'm delivering food to the good sisters at the Abbey, I'll put a bug in their ear as well. I think it would be the perfect way for our town to celebrate this homecoming. There's more to celebrate? Like what? The king allotted you a bonus. You as in all of the soldiers? What sort of bonus? How much coin are we talking here? No, I'm all right. Just a little faint. Right, sitting down is a good idea. Why so much? Surely that's uncommon. That's true, you have served longer than most. Whatever will we do with so much money? Yes, a vacation would be nice. And we could build a bigger cottage, like we talked about, with a better garden. And perhaps further back from the main road so that we can turn this place into a proper herbalist shop. And I suppose now we might need a bit of space to work on patients anyway, at least until a proper healer or physician moves to our humble town. You know, if we have the bigger cottage in the cards, then perhaps we can get started on our other dream. Yes, I mean starting a family. Years ago, when we went on our first outing together, I asked you what your biggest dream was. You told me that because you had grown up an orphan, without any place to call home, you wanted to provide a home for others. You said you wanted to adopt children and prevent them from having the same rootless existence that you suffered through. Do you remember what I told you that day when you told me about that? Exactly. My answer hasn't changed. My biggest dream has always been to have a family around me, whether chosen or by blood, it doesn't matter, and to have the means to care for all of them. You know me, my love. Wherever I go, I have to look out for others. You know me, my love. Wherever I go, I have to look after others. It's in my nature. As long as I have that, a good hearth, and a little plot to putter around in the dirt and grow my herbs, I shall be completely happy. I know how much that dream means to both of us, and we've been putting it off until we reach better stability, but if we're truly entering a time of peace, and we have this incredible amount of coin headed our way, then perhaps now is the time to dust off that dream. Welcome home.